right, y'all. So you just got to see me put together another quick uh, downpipe for headers. I just got done welding it or whatever. I didn't show you guys the weld, but you can see the value. I think I spent $200 on sale or maybe $300 on this fabrication class, and then I did another class, a welding class, or fundamental fabrication and MIG welding. And so I'm a lot better than what I used to be. I did not slow down and take my time like crazy. I had to get everything done before I had to jump on a video with you guys. So I kind of rushed a little bit, but I'm thankful to be able to do better. My welds are looking cleaner. I might make some new headers for my car later, but maybe not or whatever. I'll just let them run the way they are, or wrap them or whatever to keep some heat out the engine. But that's good work. I got to do another side, and I got to set up a trick. I'll probably twist some wires together, some welding wire together, like 3 strands to cover up the gap that I showed you guys. And then, or I'm going to show you guys. And then what I'll do is I'll take those 2 pieces and, that gap, weld over it, seal it in or whatever, make it really nice. And we should be good to go. We should be clean and ready to rock and roll. So there y'all go. I just wanted to show you a little bit of the weld work I did. I didn't clean it super well. I gotta clean it up after the fact. But you can see where I just got done welding. And I'll just move the light. So you can see here, this little color right here. This color is from the penetration from the metal going into the other metal. And I'm using a little bit thicker piece right here that's aluminized steel, so it's going to have heat transfer differently. But I sealed this in right here, this seam, and I'm setting everything up so that I can get the turbo car running. If you look here, you can see the heat transfers a little bit differently and it shows up differently. So this is coming down from the back of the turbo. You can see here where it looks like little dimes is much better than my old ugly welding. Now down here, I wasn't in a good position. I missed a spot, so it's a little raised up little booger right there, straight in the middle of the screen. But if you look over here, I'm a little bit more comfortable and I get it welded around and we get a little bit of work done. And so I'll brush it off and it'll be a lot cleaner. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is a little bit higher, colder heat. I didn't leave it on there as long, and because it's 2 different types of metal, it didn't settle down as much. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to scrub off a little bit real quick by brushing it just so you can see how they end up. We're going to just do this a little bit. And that brown slag leaves. Oh, we'll turn a light on it. So you'll see it's a lot cleaner. There is some edges that just jump. There's nothing you can do about it because of the type of welding we're doing. If you look over here, I'm going to show you, I'm going to clean up this side next to the exhaust from the turbo, the downpipe. And I'm going to show you how it does. So we're going to see. So now we're going to look at the other one I did, see how this weld is. So if you look here, get the light back some. That's the weld. Now, like I said, it's a couple of times where I started over and it's too cold. It comes up a little bit. I'll clean it up and grind it down. You see these little specks or whatever, these little dots of weld splatter where the weld moves. But that's decent quality or whatever. It's better than what I used to do. So I've gained some skill after taking a fabrication class. I did not really clean the welds up really well. I had a video I just had to do with you guys showing some success. So I only had a few minutes, like an hour, to work on getting the stuff done. So that's how it came out. So that's me working on my turbo downpipe. And that's what I got. See that one over there? That one looks really nice. It got some dust in there, but I'm way better. Now, there's a gap on the other side. I'm going to use a trick to clean that up and fix that. I had to direct the pipe so it'll go down and out the car the right way. So we'll get that all finished up and cleaned up, but that's what we're working with. Okay guys, so I got another little issue I'm going to have to fix. Sometimes you're going to find that you're getting your stuff together, things are coming together nicely, the downpipe is looking good, but I had to angle the downpipe to get out of a tight area, so I had to put it on a little bit of an angle, which on the bottom side creates a crease or a crack, right? Now, this crack is too big for one little piece of welding wire, so the welding wire is this thick. If I tried to drop this welding wire in a hole with the gun and try to make up the difference, it would go in there and hit on the other side. It'll be all out of shape and bouncing around possibly, and it'll go pop, pop, and on the inside, and all this air is in there. It won't get any gas. It's hitting stuff that it doesn't need to. So what I'm going to do is I bent this side up with a wrench, right? Put a wrench on one side or some pliers. And I'm going to stick it in here like this and tack it at the top up there with the round part that I made. And then I'm going to make this little piece sit right here and go across the middle. Now what I'm doing is creating like a type of filler. So I'm making a filler wire that allows for me to weld over this area here with a filler wire in there, and is going to allow me to jump from one side to the other with the filler wire becoming substance to work. Now guys, this is the same type of thing when you're dealing in law. Sometimes you are going to try to deal with court issues, and the Bar Association and the judges are going to cheat, and they're going to leave a gap in justice. Freedom is on this side. And in order to win, you have to travel and be able to deal with whatever comes in the middle that's not right to give you freedom. So if you're wise, you learn how to solve problems. So the courts might cheat. The Bar Association might cheat. They might hide justice, as God says the attorneys do. Woe unto you lawyers, for you hide the key of knowledge. So if the key of knowledge is missing, then what happens is the people cannot function because they cannot use knowledge and understanding, which gives you prosperity and victory and will give you justice. So what happens is they want you to lack discretion and knowledge. So you go back and you research and you seek, and ye shall find. When you seek the missing pieces that the attorneys are hiding from you, and you ask, you shall receive. You ask God to give you what is necessary, or the wisdom to put something together to be able to fill the gap, right? So the Bible tells you to knock and the door shall be open. See, some people will laugh and they'll say, David, justice over here with you getting your kids back. See, you helped other people get justice, Dave. You helped other people get your kids back. But Dave, you didn't get your kids back yet. So we still want to look at you and say negative things. Well, what we got to understand is if you ask, you shall receive. So I ask God to give me a wisdom and understanding to help me understand what this system is and how they're causing this big gap to happen where the people can't get justice. And God showed me that the attorneys and the judges are hiding the real truth and taking people through courts that leave a gap in due process because it's not really a court. So I know that they stole my little guys and getting them back is justice. But in order to jump from coming over here, right, pursuing freedom and justice, in order to jump from here to here, God lets you make remedy where there is none. He lets you gain wisdom and understanding to see how the law used to be. He lets you make the crooked ways straight. He lets you take those things that are not and speak to them as if they were. See, God will take a void, right? The earth was without form and void, and he will create something out of it. In the same way, God has given us wisdom and understanding, and when people try to hide the truth, God has allowed us to seek and find. He has allowed us to ask, and he has given to us that we might receive and have victory, right? And so we knock, and the door is now open to us. So don't ever worry about where you are not or what you don't have. Be concerned about the knowledge and understanding and wisdom that God can give you that can get you to bridge the gap, that can get you to fill the place that there was a lack of knowledge with knowledge. And with that, you shall have victory. So I'm going to put this piece in here, weld over it, and show you guys the finished product so you can see that I can bridge this gap with this little device. All right. So I want to thank you guys. We're going to get to the welding machine because I can't hold this up, and have fun. Okay, guys, just so you can see the finished product, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. But here is the area where it was the big, huge gap. You can see where I had a really nice, tight layer of beads that was really clean. And then we get to this point, it's a little bit higher where I had to bridge the gap. Now, what's going to happen is I can grind it down a little bit and it'll come out perfect. It'll be clean. But guys, just because you have a problem where you have one piece that you need to connect to another piece, you're missing a void in your life, something isn't right, don't believe that God is not able to raise you up and build you up. It might be a little tough. It might take a little time. It might not be as pretty, right? You're not going to have the pretty flow of your life, but you're going to get into the stuff that's a little rough, a little tough, and he's going to give you wisdom and build you up and teach you and let you see you can trust in him. And this is what you end up with. Don't ever believe that you can't get remedy, that you can't make it to the other side, that you can't fill the gap, fill the void, fill the missing spaces. God got you if you decide to follow him. Trust him and let him have the victory.